Welcome, Teresa. It's such a pleasure to have you here with us today.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
Yes.
Thank you.
So let's start with telling us a little bit about your background and the services that you provide.
Okay. I currently am the owner of On Good Terms Coaching, and I'm an executive coach. And I really help people to up-level their experience in business and in life, and have a more well-rounded, fuller, rewarding, and richer experience.
Okay. So with that said, you are one of our faculty members in our Leading Women Academy that we're launching for 2018. And we're excited to introduce this masterclass on June 28th, where we're focusing on some of the pillars that women have to deal with when we talk about mindset. So talk to me about how important mindset is for the businesswoman.
I believe it's everything. It's the foundation of everything. Speaking from experience and personal experience and speaking from working with my clients. When I was an executive in the fashion industry, my mindset was all over the place, meaning I had no specific intention for, necessarily the state I was in every day. I was pulled in every direction, which many women are, between their professional careers and with their family. And mindset, having an intention in your mindset, just helps organize who you're being and how you're showing up. So it's everything in life, I believe.
Yeah, I can definitely resonate with that feeling of being pulled, especially with all the different roles that most women play. I'm a mother, I'm a businesswoman, I'm doing all these, I'm wearing a lot of different hats, so you can get pulled really quick.
Right.
And to be grounded is something that feels really peaceful and empowering, right? And so on that note, this idea of women being their worst critics, I think women and men, but for this class specifically, we'll talk about women, and this subtle self-sabotage that I know I experience. I'm not going to talk for the rest of the world. Give us some keys to how we can manage that or begin to get over that, and so we can step into bigger possibilities.
Sure. I think women, because we wear so many different hats throughout the day, want to remember who they're being and how they want to show up at any given moment. So if they want to show up as a leader, the minute they roll out of bed, they need to remind themselves who they're being in that moment, for the day, for the month, whatever. Because we forget, and we then get taken over and hijacked by these self-sabotaging conversations. And so when we can really set ourselves up from the get-go by deciding who we're going to be in that moment or in that day, we then lead ourselves in that direction and have that experience.
Right. So are there exercises, especially on June 28th, where we're going to go through how we can remind ourselves who we are? Because I feel I'm different depending upon the group that I'm with, right? I mean, and you're not, parts of yourself are different, right? But not everything. So I'm just curious to see, are there going to be specific exercises for people to ground themselves?
Yes, we'll definitely do specific exercises. We're going to have really at the onset of the entire section that I'm doing, we're going to be embodying what mindset is, meaning we're going to get people up and moving into having the experience, because another part of, especially with women, is we're often disconnected from our body, mind, and spirit. We're operating from a mental space and we're not in our bodies. And when we have that disconnect, it causes us to really get all pulled all over the place. The saboteurs, all that experience, it opens the door for that experience and things to go awry. So we're definitely going to start off by embodying, and then there's going to be tangible tools to kind of help us reframe from when we're in those moments of being fearful or anxious. One of the concepts I introduce is fearful and anxious is one side of a coin. And so the other side of fearful and anxious is something it's going to be different for everybody, but the opposite of fear could be courage. And when we reach for the opposite and recognize we have that option available to us, and we can kind of pull ourselves together, we're not just hijacked by our fear or our anxiety anymore. We're now empowered to help ourselves and bring in that other side of our part of ourselves, as you said, and it creates a whole different experience pretty much instantaneously.
Incredible. So I don't know if there's any other strategies that we might want to talk about here that we're going to be addressing on June 28th. If they are, I just want to just talk to the world about how amazing it has been to work with you over the last year. And Teresa has been a part of our retreats, and I've worked with her personally, and I definitely feel much more calm, and I have much more clarity on where I am presently, where I'm going, and it's just such an honor to work with you.
Oh, thank you. Likewise.
Yeah.
I think that with women especially, we are highly sensitive beings, and it's that high sensitivity that allows us to be intuitive and to really multitask and have all of those wonderful attributes. But when we don't have structure in place, like with mindset and with embodying that, we're not able to achieve our potential. We actually cause ourselves to work a lot harder, or we become a lot more stressed. We're not as happy. It opens the door for worry and anxiety and all of that not so fun stuff. So having tools to be able to kind of understand what highly sensitive means and to accept that within ourselves and to have tools to manage that is going to be a big part of what we talk about also.
Great. I can't wait. I'm a student in my own class here, but I think we all can resonate with this message. So I'm excited to, partake in even more of it and have you a part of it. And thank you again so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for the opportunity.